The morning unfolded cold and gray over Rotterdam, an icy wind slicing through the harbor like a stalker. There she stood, Anna, wrapped in a fog of sorrow thicker than the mist itself. Her eyes, stormy, as if they held a secret even the waves couldn't bear. I, Tom, saw her and knew this was no coincidence. The rusty skeletons of shipwrecks around us whispered tales of lost glory and broken dreams, as if the city had laid them there as silent witnesses to a past it would rather forget. "He's here," Anna whispered, her voice a barely audible tremor. "Somewhere down below." She was talking about a love as deep and dark as the sea itself, a man whose name she didn't dare speak, as if uttering it would only make the pain worse. My heart beat faster, as if her words had sparked a fire inside me. I had to capture this story. "Maybe," she said, pointing to the wrecks, "maybe we'll find something. A letter, a sign, something that tells me it wasn't all for nothing." Her hope was fragile, like a seashell that could shatter at any moment. I nodded, my moleskine at the ready. This was more than a story. It was a rescue mission. The sun, a pale voyeur, peeked through the clouds and cast a spotlight on the chaos. Seagulls screeched above our heads, a macabre soundtrack to our search. In the distance, I could hear the city awakening, the dull thrum of modern life, but here in the shadow of the wrecks, death reigned. Anna opened a rusted chest, the metal screaming in protest. The smell that escaped was a mixture of rot and salt, a perfume of faded glory. Inside, yellowed letters, photographs of faces long since returned to dust. My fingers itched. This was gold. Anna took a letter, her hands trembling. "From him," she said, as though holding a relic. The ink had faded, but the words still danced on the paper, an echo of a love that had survived the test of time. He wrote about the sea, about her beauty and her cruelty, about how she gave everything and took everything away. Anna's eyes filled with tears, so clear they almost sparkled. "He said the sea was his mistress," she whispered, "but I was his wife." The jealousy, so raw and intense, was almost tangible. I felt a wave of empathy, stronger than anything I'd ever felt. We were not just two people in a forgotten harbor. We were kindred spirits, connected by the pain of loss and the hope for redemption. "What if we do this together?" I asked, my voice hoarse. "What if we use his story, your story, to create something new?" Anna looked at me, suspicion and hope wrestling in her eyes. "Why would anyone want to read this?" "Because it's real," I said. "Because it hurts. Because it gives hope. And because, Anna, it's a story that needs to be told." I saw a flicker in her eyes, a small flame pushing back the darkness. "Maybe," I thought, "maybe we can make something beautiful out of this. Maybe we can turn the echoes of ebb and flow into a symphony." The sun climbed higher, the harbor bathed in a golden glow. "We need a place," I said, "a place to keep all this, a place where the stories can live on." Anna nodded, and together we began to dream. Dream of an archive, a sanctuary for the forgotten souls of the harbor. The wind whispered through the masts of the wrecks, as if the ghosts of the past were cheering us on. We were no longer alone. We were part of something greater, something that would outlast time. And I, Tom, was ready to write it down. Every last detail.